And hello everybody, welcome back to the channel guys, hope you're all well. Before we do get into today's video, as always, please do smash that like button and subscribe to the channel for daily Liverpool content. In today's video guys, as always, we are here to bring you up to date with all the latest Liverpool news from the last 24 hours. That includes some transfer news. Yes, we'll be discussing that of course in depth, as not one, but two potential transfers could happen. But first guys, of course, we are in a bit of a lull period between the sort of group stages of the Euros to the knockout phases of the Euros, and to be fair, if you're like me, I can't wait for the Euros to finish so we can start talking about Liverpool again and club football again. But you know, I'm keeping you up to date with kind of all the international players from a Liverpool persuasion. Apparently, and according to reports, Gareth Southgate's plan to use Trent AlexanderArnold as a midfielder at the Euros appears to be over, as early team news for England versus Slovakia has been leaked. Alexander-Arnold started England's first two group games of this summer's tournament, but being substituted in both has seen him dropped for the third. That came with Southgate admitting that the midfield setup had been an experiment, though he brought Conor Gallagher off at half-time in the 0-0 draw with Slovenia. It seems there still has been no solution. Those hoping Alexander-Arnold would be restored for the last 16 clash with Slovakia looked to be disappointed, however. Instead, Manchester United youngster Kobbie Mainoo is expected to start alongside Declan Rice and Jude Bellingham, according to the Telegraph's Matt Law. Mainoo came off the bench to replace Gallagher on Tuesday night and is now set to be given the nod for the 5 PM kickoff on Sunday. This would indicate that Alexander-Arnold has dropped further down the pecking order in midfield, with the Liverpool defender now more likely to be considered for his more natural position. He replaced Kieran Trippier for the closing stages of the draw with Slovenia and took up the right-back role as Southgate shifted Kyle Walker to left-back. Trippier is managing a slight calf issue, reports Law, which saw him training separate to the ground on Thursday's session. If the Newcastle fullback does miss out, there is then a chance that the England manager turns to Alexander-Arnold to start at right back, but the signs are that he has made a U-turn on employing him as a midfielder. Speaking after the 1-1 draw with Denmark earlier in the group stage, Southgate assessed the performances of his stand-in number 8. And basically, So, it is what it is. Alexander-Arnold will likely be back. Well, he's not going to be playing in that midfield again, and surprise, surprise, Jurgen Klopp was asked about this, with regards to him playing in the midfield. Instead, why would he play him in the midfield when he's like sort of the best right back around? And I agree, he's not a midfielder. Yes, he's got a killer pass, but that effectiveness from the right hand side and from the fullback area, which makes him so great. So it'd be good to see him get a kick potentially as a right back. But yeah, I'm kind of glad to see that midfield experiment is over for now. Now moving on to some sort of transfer news, guys. As you can see, apparently reports stating Liverpool will be left to seek for a new goalkeeper signing, with Adrian's move elsewhere tied up, which has led them to monitor another Brazilian. Yes, Adrian had been offered a new 1-year contract stay at Anfield, but with his term set to expire on Monday, the Spaniard is instead moving on. It was widely reported that the 37-year-old has decided to return to La Liga after receiving an offer from his boyhood club, Real Betis, and according to reports out in Sevilla, that agreement is now tied up, with that explained that he is not coming to spend a sabbatical year and will instead compete for the number 1 role. That move is likely to be announced upon the expiry of his contract at Liverpool next week, with Adrian following Thiago and Joel Matip and leaving on a free transfer, with Kelleher also expected to push him for a move away after confirming his desire to be a regular starting goalkeeper. It will turn the Reds to the transfer market. Now, according to reputable sources out in Brazil, that has seen them now weigh up a move for 25-year-old Atletico Paranaense stopper Bento. Inter Milan were tipped to seal a deal for the two-cap Brazil international, but have instead pivoted to Genoa's José Martinez, who is due to join him in the coming days. That has claimed has sparked interest from Liverpool, Sporting Club de Portugal and Benfica in a player valued at over 15 million euros. Following the breakdowns of Bento's switch to Inter, Atletico will now listen to other proposals, though it is maintained that they intend to keep their number 1 if the price tag is not met. Bento made his debut for Atletico in 2020, becoming their first choice in 2 years later, and has already made 163 appearances for the club, who are currently 6th in the Brazilian top flight. He was first called up to the Brazil national team in 2023 and made his first start in their 1-0 friendly over England in March of this year. Now he's a part of the squad at Copa America, serving to back up and competition for Alisson, which, if Liverpool pursue a transfer, could be a Prosegur in the role on Merseyside. Interest in Bento is certainly not out of the question, particularly given the influence on both Alisson and goalkeeping coach Claudio Taffarel. With John Attenborough departing his role and head of goalkeeping this summer, it would be no surprise if Taffarel's Arsenal's opinion is given more weight when it comes to identifying targets. The 58-year-old is a part of the Brazil staff too, working with Alisson and Bento on a daily basis at the Copa America, while at Liverpool 21-year-old Marcelo Portuga is also a part of the Brazilian goalkeeping contingent. So, again, no surprise there. Of course, we are monitoring goalkeeping candidates, especially with Adrian going, and then, of course, Kelleher being a potential target that's also going to be going out of the door. And I like the look of Bento, a bit of experience, and yeah, joins the Brazilian contingent. And when I was speaking about Brazil the other day, I realised that we only have one Brazilian player left, and I was quite sad by that because I quite liked our little Brazilian contingents. So yeah, it would be good to add to maybe another Brazilian to the cause. Now, moving on to what Fabrizio Romano has said, guys, with regards to a potential transfer. Now, look, to be honest with you guys, everything has been very, very quiet so far, just because we are in the Euros and the competition. I always keep on saying, guys, it is early stages in everything at this moment in time. But as stated, there has been a few different players that we have currently been linked to and all these kind of things. As stated, Bento is probably one with some real substance. And then you've of course probably seen Nico Williams, Ricardo Calafuri, and now Eze emerged over the last couple of days. Now, Fabrizio Romano, of course, is a fairly reputable journalist when it comes to the sort of transfer news. Again, I'm probably sticking David Ornstein, Paul Joyce as the top candidates, but Fabrizio is still, fairly world-renowned and fairly reputable. And he's spoken and said that Liverpool are interested in Eze, but nothing is advanced in negotiations at this moment. The situation is still very much in the early stages. Still nothing advanced for Liverpool and Eze, but as stated, Eze is a player that the club are reportedly a player that they're currently interested in. So again, another one there to watch. So yeah, you need to have a little look at it. But Fabrizio Romano has provided an update with regards to Eze, and that he is a player of interest, but nothing advanced, nothing very close in this moment in time. And as stated, guys, I keep saying with more incomings, it probably won't more emerge until later on in the transfer window. However, the Bento one, that's being reported out in Brazil, so something that could happen very, very soon, especially after the Copa America. So yeah. In other news, guys, Mo Salah is set to provide a huge pre-season boost to Liverpool, with Egypt increasingly resigned to seeing him miss the Olympic Games. Liverpool are under no obligation to release Salah, given the games are not FIFA mandated. So again, listen, with regards to Bešćekić yesterday, their Spain team came out, it was reported that he was going to be a part of it. However, didn't get called up, and the same there for Mo Salah, which would be very, very big as well, as we don't want Mo Salah going away with the Olympics, and we'd have no right to. Again, African Cup of Nations, I completely get it, but Olympics, nah, not for me. But Liverpool fans, that's all I've got for you today. Do let me know your thoughts down there in the comment section below. As always, please do smash that like button. Is Eze a player that you would like to see at Liverpool? And of course, what do you make of Bento? Would he be a good backup to Alisson? Yes or no? Let me know down in the comment section below. That brings us to the end of today's video. As always, please do smash that like button and subscribe to the channel for daily Liverpool content. Thank you, and I'll see you all next time. Take care. Peace.